experience in B2B SaaS products and marketing, and he has built multi-million-dollar pipelines for sales with new age marketing. Okay, so as for the topics that we are going to discuss, we have some interesting topics here. First, we'll be looking at how successful companies, PMMs from successful companies like Cisco and Sprinkler are executing inbound marketing strategy that are giving them good returns, like in the form of generating qualified leads. So we'll be looking at that, how they are successfully executing the inbound marketing strategy. And then we look at the 4 golden metrics for the PMMs in 2023. And then we'll touch on how you optimize your GTM so that you go to market, so that you get a good return on investment on your time and resources. Okay, and finally, for all those who have made into the meeting and those who have missed the meeting, we'll be sending the record. So the recording will be sent to your inbox. So keep an eye on your inbox. And also we'll keep the Q&A towards the end. If you have any doubts, any questions, or if you have to give some inputs on something, you can do it. So with that being said, let me invite Debasree Panda. Please come on.
All right, thank you, Anas. Thanks a lot. Without kind of wasting much of time, we'll quickly kind of jump into the webinar. There's a 4 golden metrics for product marketers. Just quickly a brief about our company, Innoventsoft. We started Innoventsoft a year ago with a simple mission to help B2B software enterprises to attain organic growth and increase their revenue using content marketing technology. We have headquartered our company in Bangalore, India. We provide a platform, AI-based content marketing platform for content marketers and product marketers. Some of our marquee customers include 𝗖𝗓𝗋, Tetrate, Digited. They all are to be unicorns based out of California, US. So today we'll discuss about the golden metrics. The agenda for the meeting will be first we'll go through traditional product marketing managers. What are their roles? Then we'll move into the changing consumer behavior. What's changing after the pandemic, and with the penetration of technology, open source technology, how people are reacting and different technologies are getting built. In the third section, we'll discuss how the changing consumer behavior has an impact on product marketing managers, and how product marketing managers in the modern world are coping up with the new with the emerging trends. Third, we'll discuss about the challenges of product marketing managers, while calculating the metrics to measure the effectiveness of their work. We'll discuss about the golden metrics. There are 4 golden metrics we'll introduce you to today. That is to measure the effectiveness of product marketing on your business. And if the time permits, we'll go through a product demo, how we help different companies, especially their product marketers and content marketers, to measure the impact of the content on the sales pipeline. And finally, if there are some time left, we'll go through the Q&A. All right, so we'll get started. So the traditional product marketing managers always look like a desk job. So if you have a Clark Kent picture to depict, how people are kind of bound inside office, and they are completely stuck to their laptop and computers, and can continuously working on producing different content for sales. So they are traditionally they are not kind of seen as a go-getter or the risk taker folks. They are behind the screen, helping sales on positioning and messaging. Some of the important go-to-market collateral includes sales PPTs, preparing battle cards, doing competition research, then producing product data sheets, so that the sales would go to any prospects and provide them with the product data sheet with all the offerings the company has. Then they would also prepare case studies, and on a perpetual basis, they would produce product launch documents. If there's a new release coming up, maybe in 3 months, they'll prepare small blog or a small article outlining what's the exciting thing the company has launched. And last two most important things are drinking coffee and eating pizzas. So that's what it has been about product marketing management. But today, the whole landscape has completely changed. The business are visualizing there are three important changes in consumer behavior. I'll talk, first of all, I'll talk about the drivers, then we'll talk about the changing consumer behavior. So the first driver is after pandemic, people are spending a lot of time on the internet. There are studies from Harvard Business Review which shows that millennials spend near about 6 hours or more just to kind of go through their to find a solution for their professional and personal requirements. So if they are going to buy anything, they first want to educate themselves about a product, spend some time, understand the value of a product, and then they end up buying. So that's the one driver. People are spending a lot of time on the internet. The second thing is the open source technology. It's weird, how and also fascinating how open source technology in another kind of multiverse is impacting product marketing. With open source technologies, more and more open source technologies, the ability to create technology offerings for any services has gone up significantly. So with that, the supplier, the number of suppliers in any market has gone up. With the supply going up, the prices of any products is going down. So that's why that is putting a lot of pressure on sales, because every company is relying on a volume game, to kind of sell more and more to more customers to attain their top line and to attain more profits. So that's kind of also impacting the consumers, because with prices of a product going down in B2B, consumers can take decision quite fast, and they rely on good content to take the decision quite fast. It doesn't kind of earlier when people used to spend near about 8 months, 1 year just to analyze a product. It doesn't happen that way. So people are kind of relying on the internet to kind of educate themselves about the problem and then quickly take decisions. The third one, and also a bit interesting, is the third party cookies are getting phased out by Google, Meta, and Apple. So what is happening is, earlier Google used to showcase ads, and those ads were quite effective. Unfortunately, now since there are government policies which are coming up to protect the private information of an individual, Google, Facebook, and Apple, their ads are quite ineffective. For example, if you might be a 25-year-old searching for universities, but still you might come across certain ads on ice cream, or certain ads on let's say certain products which are targeted for kids. That might happen. So the point is, since Google do not understand its end customers quite well, and it doesn't store their private information, their ads are getting ineffective. So there are three important kind of implications. The first one is ineffective ads, number one, because the policies, the cookies in your browser are not getting stored. Google, Facebook, Apple, the major players in the digital marketing arena, their ads are quite ineffective. There's also second part, a small subsection part of it. More and more millennials who are spending a lot of time on the internet, they're becoming immune to the ads. So remember, when you kind of just wait for 3 seconds on the YouTube and skip the ad without watching the whole video. So people are, consumers are more immune. They developed an immunity to kind of skip ads. The second one is the prices of technology has gone down, due to which the sales has to be done more from a marketing point of view, not from sales. because that's not scalable to attain more and more volume. The third one is reliance on search. More and more consumers are kind of inclining towards Google search to find out good content so that they can consume it and they can take decisions, purchasing decisions quite fast. Now, due to this, consumer behaviors, the modern product marketers has evolved. Now they are the risk takers because the whole sales or the notion of sales depends more on the modern product marketing managers. Now, modern product marketing managers are really like Superman. They have metamorphed themselves from an earlier desk job, done by Clark Kent to the Superman. They are right now doing involved in content marketing, inbound. They are kind of very much aligned towards email marketing, because since they understand the product, the business very well, they are more involved in helping a demand generation to craft good emails. And for at least for complicated domains, product marketing managers are kind of looked upon to give them the content. Demand generation guys or digital marketers, they look up to product marketers to provide them good content so that it will be effective for their campaigns. That's why product marketing managers are involved in content marketing, not only content marketing but inbound, email marketing, digital marketing, to generate leads. So they have more responsibilities on their shoulders. Now, let me kind of show you how that works, because product marketing managers does not work in silo. The collaboration of product marketers has gone up. Let me just kind of briefly touch upon that. So you see the Superman right there in the screen. It kind of collaborates with multiple stakeholders like customer success, product management, engineering, and then sales and pre-sales, to take all the data from them and then compile everything to produce very good content. And those content would go into multiple channels like search engine, social media, email, etc. And there are various marketplaces where the content will be published. For example, website, partner sites, and if you have partnered with or hosted your products in public clouds, then your content would go to public cloud marketplace everywhere. And the whole purpose of generating all the content, publishing in different marketplace, and then also using it in different channels, is to generate leads. That's the one key responsibility of the modern product marketing managers. So the risk I was talking about till now is the leads. How many leads are you bringing for the company? That's the most effective question. Earlier, the product marketing managers, the traditional one, were not measured in a right way. They were most likely measured in the number of blogs they're producing. They were most likely evaluated based on the feedback a sales organization would give. So there are various, subjective metrics. But right now, when the responsibility is about contributing towards the revenue and the top line of an organization, then product marketing managers are evaluated based on how many leads are they bringing to the table, or how many leads are they kind of helping sales to work on. All right. So with this, I'll just quickly move into the metrics that will help a product marketing manager to kind of prioritize their work, number one, and simultaneously kind of measure the impact of their work on the final goal, the final North Star, that is the leads. So there are 4 golden metrics used by successful product marketing managers. I'll talk about the 4 golden metrics in quickly, but I'll give you a little bit background. 6 months back, we conducted a small survey, and we reached out to multiple large organizations such as Apple, Sprinkler, Cisco, VMware, etc. And we try to understand a pattern, draw a pattern, how these product marketing managers are evaluating themselves, and how they are kind of producing the results, the output. So there are 2 important elements. One is the output and then the outcome. Now, output we all know, since the product marketing collaborate with everybody he or she understands the business. He or she has to produce the content to enable sales. But what's the outcome? How they are kind of evaluated in the large enterprises, or let's say in successful enterprises. We have also reached out to near about 8 to 10 unicorns like Big Panda, and there are other companies. So what we essentially learn from them is they are evaluating themselves using some handful of metrics. There can be many metrics to look at. For example, there can be 20 to 30 metrics that a digital marketing will be looking at. There can be 8 to 9 metrics a demand generation guy would be looking at to evaluate themselves. But for product marketing, it's a holistic idea of the customer journey from the just target audience till the time he becomes a qualified lead for the organization. That is the journey is driven by product marketing manager. Once a lead shows that they are quite interested, after that the sales would pick up the lead, and they will have a one-on-one engagement with them, and then they will drive the discussion forward till the time the person becomes a paying customer. All right. The 4 golden metrics are brand awareness, audience engagement, leads generated month on month, and MQL, that is marketing qualified leads. The number 1 is brand awareness. I'll just give a little bit brief about each of them, and then we'll just move into the Q&A session. The first one is brand awareness. Every company talks about branding or brand awareness. Most of the time, it has been not been measured properly. But with digital marketing, the brand awareness can be measured very well. And the measurement is done through impressions. How many impressions your organization website is making in the internet. And those data can be collected from different channels. The first one is Google Analytics or Google Search Console. You can understand that how many impressions, organic impressions, your content is making in the internet. Now, impressions are nothing but Google has a tendency to take your content and promote it in its Google search engine and in different channels such as Google Stories, Google News, etc. And the more people click on it by just reading the small, if you see, there'll be small outline about a particular topic, and based on that, if people are clicking on that link, then that becomes a click. I'll come to the click a little bit later, but let me kind of explain the brand awareness first. So now the important aspect of brand awareness is impressions. Impressions not only can be captured from the Google Analytics or the website, but impressions can also be collected from press releases. Let's say your company has made a small press release using any press release vendor. You can also kind of collect the mind share in front of how many people the content, the press release has come up. That they would have different channels, different media partners, news partners with whom they would partner and promote your press release or the news. Now it is essential to kind of collect those information and also club it to see a holistic idea, or to get a holistic idea about how many impressions per month your organization is getting from the online medium. The second one is audience engagement. Now, with respect to audience engagement, it is very, very important to measure audience engagement in two small metrics. The first one is how many people are clicking on a particular link, which is being promoted by Google, number one. The second one is how many people are engaged with your content. So, for example, the clicks are not enough, but after clicking, are people actually engaging with your content? Is your content providing enough value to the readers, or they are just kind of bouncing off? That's a very, very important metrics for people to understand. Let's say if 1,000 people are coming and reading a particular blog, but unfortunately near about 20% or the 200 people are just engaged with your content. They are reading your content for next 2 to 3 minutes. That doesn't make any sense, because 800 people are just moving away. They did not find your content valuable. So you need to kind of improve your content, in certain aspects. We'll talk about all of this in our upcoming webinars, but this is just a kind of start. Very, very crucial. So product marketers can understand how people are engaged with their content that is published on the website. It can be anything. It can be landing page, it can be homepage, or it can be blogs. And based on that, they need to constantly improve their content. Now, the third one is leads generated. First, people are looking at your a brand. There are certain impressions made by Google. Now, if they like your titles and description about a short description about what is being offered, they will click it. And if they find it valuable, they will consume the whole article. And that's the part of brand awareness and audience engagement. But the moment our objective or the organizational objective is to capture the leads, we are not kind of providing anything for free, right? So there has to be adequate CTAs or call to actions put up in every articles, so that interested candidates, they feel quite easy to quickly, if they are kind of genuinely interested, they should be quickly moving into the click to action, and they should be able to provide their email IDs to maybe download an asset or maybe to contact you for further information. So that's the leads generated. Now, brand awareness and audience engagement is the first problem. But the moment though a lot of people are getting engaged, organic clicks are increasing. The third most problem is leads generated. So at that time, product marketers has to really look at how to work with digital marketers to place adequate CTAs so that you are capturing leads. And so that's one. Now, there are other kind of facets or dimensions to increase leads. Now, for example, creating more assets, ebooks, etc. We'll again, touch upon or delve deeper into each of them a little bit later in some, other webinars. But this is just a start. Once the leads are generated, the next important thing is MQL. Only kind of having leads in your database, CRM systems like HubSpot is not enough. You have to constantly nurture them to spike interest about your product in their mind, so that they feel that, all right, this company is constantly making some progress, has produced some interesting solution, let me kind of explore. And they will kind of engage with you. So for example, you can set up some characteristics that any person who is constantly attending your webinars or constantly opening your emails and reading out them for 3 consecutive times becomes an MQL. You can determine some rules, and then once someone has reached MQL, you can provide that list of those leads to your sales. Hey, these are the leads I think are quite interested. They have been checking my emails, whatever I'm sending them, or as a part of my nurture campaigns, and I think you need to talk to them. So after that, they become sales qualified lead. All right. So in the MQL, a product marketing manager has to work with demand gen folk to craft emails, because product marketer managers are the ones who understand the product well, who understand the domain well. They can quickly craft some emails. They can give it to demand generation for the email nurturing. And with constant email nurturing, most likely your leads will become MQLs. So that's it. These are the 4 golden metrics. Every product marketer, modern product marketer, has to measure, and based on their priority. For example, if some product marketers in a smaller organization, they would focus more on brand awareness. They would write more content to so that Google kind of understand there's a domain value, and it promotes your content. They can focus on brand awareness. There can be organizations with various maturity. For example, another organization is a little bit more mature. They have some awareness content, but they want to produce other set of content which would engage website visitors more. In that case, product marketers has to work with engineers and product managers to produce how-to content to improve the engagement, and to constantly put backlinks to increase the customer experience. So those are the that's how a product marketing manager should look into metrics and take their actions. And of course, if the organization is quite mature, they're getting more leads on the website, then the product marketing manager has to sit with the demand gen and focus on developing some campaigns, interesting emails, exciting subject lines to kind of increase the effectiveness of email campaigns and convert them into marketing qualified leads. Well, so those are the things we wanted to discuss, cover in this webinar. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, and we'll take them one by one. Thank you.